Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, the Tennessee House has passed legislation creating more protections against child predators. AEDC has scheduled the second annual Rocket Run, and Traders Bank and Motlow College kicked off a new partnership Wednesday afternoon. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Celebrate America's independence at Tullahoma Scenic Fraser McEwen Park, Monday, July 3rd. Gates open at 3 p.m. and world-class fireworks start at 9. This free event has music and fun for everyone. Tribute bands featuring the music of Chicago, Steely Dan, Tom Petty, and more. Plus a kids zone, exotic animal petting zoo, food, fun, and games. Get the details at tullahomatn.gov/fireworks. Everyone is invited to enjoy the Tullahoma Kiwanis Independence Day Regional Celebration. July 3rd, Fraser McEwen Park, Independence Day Celebration and fireworks.
Tax time is here and it's the perfect time to buy a vehicle, but you're not sure where to go because of poor credit health? Come see me, Dr. Credit, and the rest of the team here at Russell Barnett Kia. But don't take it from me. Here's a few of our satisfied customers and what they had to say.
He did everything and anything he could possibly do to help me.
Dr. Credit was very helpful in getting me a vehicle that I could afford.
Everything he explained to us was amazing. I would recommend him to anybody and everybody.
Dr. Credit helped very, very much.
Schedule your appointment with Dr. Credit at Russell Barnett Kia so you can drive away happy.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's going to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor, too, when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. The Tennessee House of Representatives unanimously passed legislation last week to create additional protections against child predators. Communities across Tennessee already rely on the state's sex offender registry to track and monitor convicted offenders who have moved into permanent residencies upon release from prison. House Bill 404 enables law enforcement officials to monitor offenders convicted of child rape or a child sexual predator offense who may not have a permanent address by requiring them to enroll in a satellite-based monitoring and supervision program. Anyone in Tennessee who has been convicted of a crime against a child on or after July 1st, 2017 that does not have a permanent or secondary address may enroll in the program and remain in it, or rather must enroll in the program and remain in it for the duration of their parole term. The new monitoring system will allow law enforcement to determine if probation or parole has been violated by showing the location of the sexual offender, regardless of whether they have a permanent address. This legislation adds an additional layer of protection for Tennessee children against predators.
During the past month, officers from Tennessee Department of Correction, TDOC, have completed additional unannounced home visits on hundreds of sex offenders under the community supervision. During Operation Clean Sweep, probation parole officers visited nearly 1,000 homes across the state. Community supervision of offenders consists of in-office visits, home visits, employment checks, and collateral checks with neighbors, friends, and family. These additional unannounced visits are similar to the checks during the Halloween's Operation Blackout. During this operation, officers arrested 5 offenders for various offenses, including possession of firearm and/or drug paraphernalia. Offenders with minor violations will be sanctioned and have follow-up visits with their supervising officer.
AEDC Services has scheduled the second annual Rocket Run with activities for all ages from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. May the 20th at the Arnold Golf Course. The day includes a kids run and a 5K or 10K run, plus other outdoor activities. There will also be food and beverages available for purchase, with a DJ providing music from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. This day of fun is open to the public with something for runners and non-runners alike. The Kids Run is part of the Armed Forces America Kids Run for ages 5 to 13. It will be from a half mile to 2 miles, depending on age. Held every May in recognition of Armed Forces Day, this event is supported around the world. There is no entry fee for this event, and everyone registered will receive an event t-shirt.
The 5K, 10K runs are for ages 14 and older, with the first place medal winners for both men and women in 5 age divisions, including ages 14 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, and seniors 50 and over with a $30 entry fee for 5K and $40 entry fee for 10K. Everyone who is registered will receive a moisture wicking race shirt with a logo to be sure to be included in your size during registration. For more information, contact the Rocket Run Race organizer at 931-454-4062 or Fitness Center manager at 931-455-6440. Remember, everyone is invited to enjoy the music, food, beverages, and other activities, whether a runner or not. AEDC Services hopes that the runners will bring the whole family to have fun and support each other during the run events.
Severe weather is quite common this time of the year. Let's watch this video about how the National Weather Service distributes weather warnings.
Hi, my name is Christine Walgus, and I'd like to show you how we at the National Weather Service office create warnings and send them to your NOAA weather radio. This is a behind-the-scenes look at what goes on from when we determine a warning is needed to the alert tone sounding on your NOAA weather radio. Meteorologists need to have an understanding of the overall weather situation leading up to a severe weather event. Therefore, we spend a good deal of time before an event to determine if the atmosphere is favorable for severe weather by looking at various weather models as well as real-time data such as satellite and surface observations. During an event, storm reports are extremely helpful to us in order to make decisions on whether or not to issue warnings. Once these reports are received, we type them up in a program and send them out as local storm reports. Reports can come from a multitude of different sources, all of which we are monitoring during a severe weather event. One of our main sources for storm reports are trained weather spotters. Many spotters will call us via the spotter hotline with their reports. Other spotters may choose to utilize an online program called eSpotter, which sends the reports directly to our office via the internet. We also seek out reports from the public via social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitter. Storm reports also can come in via amateur radio, as well as from law enforcement. We also have the capability to be connected with our media partners and emergency managers using internal chat software. Most importantly, meteorologists use Doppler radar and analyze the radar data extensively in order to make a decision to issue a warning. Once that decision is made, we utilize a program called WarnGen to generate the warning for the county or counties needed. After drawing the polygon or warning box, WarnGen will actually generate the text for the warning, which forecasters can edit and then eventually send out. As soon as the warning is sent, it is instantaneously pushed to our NOAA weather radio computers, which, within a few seconds, converts the text to a computerized voice and also determines which transmitters to broadcast the warning on. Then, you will hear your NOAA weather radio alert to let you know there is a warning in effect.
The National Weather Service in Paducah has issued a tornado warning for western Franklin County in southern Illinois.
We'll be back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
They said, well, I got you approved for it. All you got to do is go drive it and tell me you want it. We can do the papers today. And I walked out of here with pretty much a brand new vehicle.
I would recommend Dr. Credit to anybody.
If you don't think that you can get a car, come see these guys. They are amazing and they can find you what you're looking for. If they could do it with me, they can definitely work a miracle for you.
I would recommend them to anybody and everybody.
Schedule your appointment with Dr. Credit at Russell Barnett Kia so you can drive away happy.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Pop music in the late 70s gave us some unforgettable memories, and you can relive them all on Saturday, May 20th at Fraser McEwen Park in Tullahoma. Come see Live from Ventura Boulevard perform a free concert at 6 p.m. Also appearing special guest, the Rock Creek Bluegrass Band. Brought to you by Tullahoma Parks and Rec, Cherokee Distributing Company, and Old Shed Brewing Company. Be there Saturday, May 20th for Live from Ventura Boulevard with some sweet 70s sounds.
Welcome back. Traders Bank and Motlow College kicked off a new partnership Wednesday afternoon with the softball game, which pitted Motlow students and faculty against Traders employees and customers. Jim spoke with Tommy Anderton and Dr. Tony Kinkle about the event.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today at Motlow College in Tullahoma for probably one of the biggest events that's going to happen here today, out here on the softball field at Motlow. I'm with Tommy Anderson, who is the president of Traders, a regional president of Traders Bank, and Dr. Tony Kinkle, who is the president of Motlow College here. Tommy, tell us what's going to happen here today.
We're going to play a fun softball game with Motlow athletes and Traders Bank customers. The origin of this, Jim, was my personal friend Lane Yoder approaching me through getting Dr. Kinkle getting a personal note from Nancy Fuller, and he felt that he needed an association with Traders Bank, and so Lane's efforts came up with wanting to duplicate the Green Monster of Fenway Park. So we met with Dr. Kinkle and cut a deal. But the real message here, Jim, is Traders wants to support Motlow College education. And all day long, Mia Marquez is going to be up with Scott Chastain in the press box saying how Traders is proud to be a part of education and honoring and paying tribute to what Motlow College means to our community. The reason it was a fit for Traders is Traders has branches in Shelbyville, Manchester, Tullahoma, and Winchester, and Dr. Kinkle has students that come from every market that we have branches. So there's where the tie-in is. So it made geographical sense, and we wanted to express that Traders is totally supportive of education.
And this big sign behind us here that says Traders Bank, it was part of this deal, I assume. Is it not?
It's the expensive part of this deal. It's what we wrote the check for.
Dr. Kinkle, you've been in Tullahoma, or rather Motlow College, for how long now?
2 years now.
I think I've heard you say this in another interview, but tell us what brought you to Tennessee to begin with.
Well, great partners like Traders Bank. I mean, why this is so special is, and Tommy was too modest to say this, but he's an alum of Motlow State. He played baseball out here. Mm-hmm. And it is so exciting for us to see our alumni go on to be heads of banks and lawyers and all of those kinds of things. And so what attracted me here was the partnerships and the investments Tennessee's making in community colleges. And we couldn't be prouder to have Traders Bank as our partner, supporting our student athletes. As Tommy said, they're students first. Mm-hmm. And our student athletes have a higher graduation rate, slightly higher GPA than students at large, and we're really proud of that. So this is an exciting day for Motlow State. As I mentioned before, we're number one in the state in enrollment growth. We're number one in the state in retention rates for Tennessee Promise students. We raised more money than ever this year for activities at Motlow. So we're on a roll. We couldn't be prouder, and we couldn't be prouder of Traders Bank and what they mean to our community, our students, and this institution.
So, Dr. Kinkle, I happen to know that there's some outstanding athletes out here at Motlow College. You're not going to run any ringers in on them out here, are you, today?
We've stacked that team. We don't like to lose out here. I hope Tommy doesn't get too mad. We stacked that team, but we got the entire men's basketball team, some of the women's basketball players. As you know, both the men and women's basketball teams went to the Nationals, which has never happened before at Motlow State. So we're really making a commitment to our student athletes and we're excited. It'll be a good game, and I'm excited to get going.
Are you playing?
I wanted to play. I had my glove and my sweats already, and then I got tied up with about 3 extra meetings up in Smyrna today, and I just drove in, so I may have to take my sport coat off and get out there anyway.
I think it's a great idea.
I used to play baseball, so the old juices are flowing. So.
Tommy, I had forgotten that you actually played baseball here at Milo, but so are you playing in this game?
No, I'll be coaching third base, but I'll be forever grateful for John Stanford back in 1972 for allowing me the opportunity to play at Montlow College.
Well, it's a great event today, and for a great reason, and it's great that you guys are having this kind of partnership today and having some fun with it as well. And in a nail biter, which went down to the final out, Traders won that game by a score of 10-9. More Newsleader on 6 is coming up in a moment.
Cool off this summer at Tullahoma's Splash Island. Fun for all ages. 3 25-foot slides, lazy river, fun water features for toddlers, tasty food items are available. All this and more, only $5 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 1 to 5. Join the fun at Tullahoma's Splash Island.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in the event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Tonight we bring you part 2 of Tom Corrington's interview with Luann Parkington, owner of Ziggy's Tree Wildlife Rehab Center.
We're talking today, folks, with Luann Parkington, who is the heads Ziggy's Tree Wildlife Rehabilitation Center in northern Franklin County, and is also associated with a mammal facility that's up in the Las Casas area near Murfreesboro. So, well, Luann, let's talk about some of your family, some of your critters. Okay. See what your customers are.
Little baby opossum. We always encourage people, if you can safely stop and check Mama Opossum's pouch if you see a dead possum on the road. The possums are our only North American marsupials, just like a kangaroo. And the babies develop, when they're born, technically born, they're the size of a rice kernel. And they climb into Mama's pouch and attach to her and attach to a nipple. And it's like, if they don't get one of those, they're not going to make it. But they develop for about a month or so before they're old enough that we could actually try to rehab them. In Mama's pouch. Huh. You got to feel sorry for that mama, but this one had an injury to the front leg, and got to give a big shout out. Dr. Amy Nichols at Pet Medical Center here in Tullahoma helps us out with any of our injured animals, and they put him through surgery, so sedated him so they could suture up that leg, and he made a full recovery. Huh. But with the thing with opossums, people don't like them, think they're ugly. Of course, they see the babies, think they're cute. Opossums can eat the ticks that cause Lyme disease and not be affected by it, so they're very good animals to have around. They also eat dead stuff, so they keep the earth clean, and they can eat venomous snakes without any ill effects. So they have a very good purpose in this world.
Yeah, it's funny the way nature develops that, and unfortunately we don't learn enough about it. Okay, what's this cat?
And this guy I wanted to talk about, this is a great horned owl I got in from Murfreesboro last year. And when I got it, this is actually after he died. When I got him in, I thought he was acting very strange, and immediately called Dr. Nichols, said, can I bring him in? I think he's eaten a poison rat. And while I was on the way in, I called the center I used to be at out in California, because they've done a lot of studies on rat poisons, described what I was seeing. They said, oh, definitely see if you can get him started on the vitamin K to get the bleeding stopped. So, we gave him, the medication we needed to give him, but he didn't make the night. I sent him down to Auburn for a necropsy, the animal equivalent of an autopsy, and his blood work was off the charts with rat poison. People don't realize that rat poison does not just target the rat. Anything that if you put out rat poison, anything that eats that rat as it's dying or after it's dead is going to get poisoned as well, and most likely is going to die with a lot of the rat poisons they have out there now. And that's including anybody's cats or dogs that may get the poisoned rat. And these little guys here, chimney swifts, they're one of my favorites to rehab, also one of my most difficult to rehab. They do everything when they fly, so they only eat when they're flying. All my other birds will learn, if I can put, mealworms or seed or berries in the cage, and all the robins, the mockingbirds, the wrens all learn to pick up food on their own. These guys just fly up there with these, open their huge mouths, which you can't tell that they're that big in the picture, but they just up there just flying around catching bugs. All the chimney swifts get released here at Tullahoma High School. The big chimneys at Tullahoma High School have a chimney swift roost in them. And one of the years that the Tennessee Ornithological Society went out and counted them, they had 6,000 dropping into that chimney one night. So, the chimney swifts do better, getting introduced, because since they can't fly and learn to eat on their own, I need to introduce them into a flock so that they have the adults they're talking to and chattering with and finding the bugs. But
so there's some education going on at Tullahoma High aside from the students. You're also licensed to take care of the larger birds, and there are several of those. And do they fit into particular categories, or you can't use the same methods to take care of all of them, can you?
No, it's like most of my baby songbirds will get an insect diet, because that's what most of them eat as babies. My house finches are the only exception where there's get all primarily seeds as babies, so we have a formula for them. The bigger birds of prey, the owls and the hawks, and kestrels, which is a smaller bird of prey, all get mice. So I have a very interesting freezer at home.
Yeah.
With I order frozen mice about 600 at a time. With wildlife rehab, it's always important that we network, and I have a friend down in Chattanooga that specializes in the bigger birds. So anything that I get that needs longer term care goes down to Signal Mountain, to her facility on Signal Mountain. She's got 4 or 5 very large, 50-foot flight cages on her property. In fact, she's right now taking care of a turkey vulture for me. Got hit by a car down by Huntland.
We'll be right back in just a moment.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do,
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
The animal shelter has served Tullahoma dogs for nearly 30 years. Now, you can help us build a bigger and better no-kill shelter. Your tax-deductible gift is matched dollar for dollar, so come on. Bark it forward and donate now to have your tax-deductible gift matched. Make your check payable to the COT Shelter Building Fund and go to tullahomatn.gov to see all the unique gifts available for your generosity. For more details, you can call City Hall at 455-2648.
Keith Barnett here with the Russell Barnett Automotive family. Over 75% of car shoppers today use the internet to search for their new or pre-owned vehicle. That's why the russellbarnett.com website is so versatile, where you can check it anytime, all the time, online. You can search through our new and pre-owned inventory by make, model, mileage, or price. We can value your trade-in and get you pre-approved for financing before you even walk in the door. So check out russellbarnett.com, and remember, why buy anywhere else?
Welcome back. The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a shepherd mix named Faith. She entered the shelter as a stray and is approximately 2 years old. She's up to date on vaccinations, heartworm negative, and good with other dogs and children. Faith likes to go for walks and loves attention. She will receive a free spay provided by the animal shelter. Be sure to check out the shelter on Facebook for information about upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
The Coffee County Humane Society's featured pet this week is Cuddles. Cuddles is a mixed breed dog who would love to be your new best friend. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society at P.O. Box 252 Manchester, and their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up after these messages.
The Russell Barnett Automotive family has launched its new Owner Advantage program. It starts as simple as your first year's maintenance is included with the purchase. We have 1 year, 3 year, 5 year plans available. Car detailing, car rental, collision repair. Stop by one of our 5 locations and let one of our certified sales staff tell you all about it. The Russell Barnett Automotive Family Advantage Program. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades, and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1930 at 87 degrees. The record low was in 1976 at 33 degrees. The average high on this day is 75 and the average low is 50. Storms in your forecast for tonight with a low of around 47. Rain continues in the forecast for Friday with a high expected of 50, kind of chilly for this time of the year, and a low of 44. And rain again on Saturday with a high of 66 and a low of 44. And that's our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6, wishes you and your families a fantastic weekend. Thank you.